hell is that over there?
That's Sean Spicer in the bushes.
I'm the decider.
Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour. Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour.
Don't waste my motherfucking time!
You beautiful, beautiful man. That is exactly what we're going to do this week. We are going to waste your time. Instead of a useful, productive hour, it will be replaced with two ignorant, uninformed, ill-advised, self-deprecating morons ranting about opinions that they have no right to have, which are probably wrong and absolutely do not matter. With that said, if for some god-awful reason you enjoy wasting the precious little time you have left on this earth, like, I don't know, waiting for your old PC to get unencrypted. Now you know what those security updates were for. Search Another Wasted Hour on social media sites and share, follow, mention, like, and review us. Also, please subscribe to Another Wasted Hour on iTunes, Google Play Music, or Stitcher, and review us there too. Our goal is to convince you that where we hail from, just outside Washington, D.C., is not just a city of politics and scandals, but one brimming with art, music, and culture, as impossible as that may seem. So, listeners, now that you know why you're here, my name is Keith, and across from me is my co-host, Victor. Victor, why the hell are you here this week?
Unfortunately, I lost my gym membership.
What?
I can't go back to the small people gym.
That's
I don't know. I guess all gyms really geared towards making you smaller, but
yeah, I've noticed that you haven't been able to keep your height down.
Sorry, man.
It just ballooned. I don't know what you've been eating, but
I guess they thought I was, like, yeah, you're good. You reached the height that you wanted. Now leave.
Yeah.
They kicked me out. So
I don't know. You ate a lot of fatty foods, and it all collected at the bottom of your feet.
It went straight to my hips,
right,
actually,
right up to the top of your head.
This flap that's just under your arm, between your elbow and your shoulder. Yeah, that's that. I'm gonna tattoo a flag there.
Well,
get that waving around.
I mean, I don't mean this in a rude way, Victor, but you don't look quite as good as last week. There was something really going for you.
I'm a bit tired. So
yeah, is that what it is?
I didn't
Okay,
really do
well,
my makeup today.
Maybe you'll come around then. Who knows?
So yeah, enough hating on me. I am goddamn beautiful.
You
what do you
are.
want? Why are you here? Go away.
That's an excellent question, and this is the thing that amazes me, is that the entire continent of Europe has been ransomwared right now with there's basically a virus that's going around. It's all these Windows computers. They're encrypting all of the data on these computers, and if you want to unencrypt it, you have to pay them money.
I got a virus like that on my last computer.
Did you?
It like all the pictures, all the documents, everything's warning. We have encrypted all your files to prevent this virus from taking over your computer. I'm like, oh, yeah. All I have to do is buy every single file back, right?
Right.
That's it. No big.
So here's the thing. They've done all of this, right? And just thousands of computers, hospitals, universities, all of these things. You have to pay in Bitcoin to be able to get your money out, or do your files back, which, first of all, it's just a kick in the nuts. You already have to pay, and then they're like, but it has to be in Bitcoin, and no one knows what a Bitcoin is. So they're like, sure, can I just give you a gold bar? That would be easier.
Can we just high five in the middle? Come on.
Yeah. So here's the thing that I think is interesting, because although Bitcoin is supposed to be very anonymous, and that's where all people use for drugs and trafficking children and all these other things, what we have found is that they actually know the accounts that this money is going to, because in the program, you have to pay it to an account, right? That account, $33,000. That's all they've gotten.
Nobody really wants their shit back. Right. Everybody's like, I'll just scan it later.
That's how little it matters to us. They basically encrypted all of Europe, and they were like, I'll make a new one. Hospitals are like, how important do those records be?
Right. These nerds sitting in their parents' basement thinking I'm gonna make this super virus and it's gonna infect every computer everywhere, and I'm gonna make so much money.
I'm gonna make a stormtroopers.
Or it's they're probably from Europe, so it's filthy Americans will pay me all of the money. showing a blade to every war, and then they get like a couple $1,000. Like, this isn't even enough to move out of my parents' basement. Come on.
Damn it.
I spent years on this shit.
Worst supervillain ever.
That's what you get. That's what you get for wasting my motherfucking time.
That's right. They are wasting your time. We are also wasting your time. But you are in luck because unlike encrypting your files, we're going to bring something of value to you. This week is
a chainsaw?
The chainsaw. We're going to give you a chainsaw.
Yay!
And two gentlemen from a band called Stonedriver. Guys, I believe we have Tim.
Yep.
Hello?
Tim, I'm here.
Hello, Tim. And we have Chad.
What's going on?
How's it going, gentlemen?
It's going great.
So we'll pose the same question for you. The band Stonedriver, of course, is what you entail, along with a few other guys, I'm assuming. Why are you here this week?
We lost a bet with the other guys to have to show up to this. We drew the short straw, and by the looks of things, I do think we are filming a kind of proof of life video right now. So if you're out there, honey, just know that I love you. And the Bitcoin piece that they were talking about earlier, that's not a joke. You need to start opening up an account.
We will need a Bitcoin to give him back.
This isn't some European masterminds here. This is American. We do things right. So
I don't want to interrupt you, but could you just hold this newspaper real quick?
Yeah, right.
It's super important for the show.
Yes. It's I didn't realize they still made this type of adult magazine. It's a
website.
Yeah. I've never been there.
How about you, Tim? Why are you here?
I just like Chad said, I found out about it yesterday, and it said, I thought it's a great idea.
So you got voluntold for this?
I had nothing else going on tonight, so I thought, sure, why not?
I know that Chad knew about this a little bit longer than that, so he really waited just to the last second, just like
he probably said something. He probably did, and
Tim has an aversion to email.
All forms of communication, actually.
Just anything that has to do.
You're listening pretty well so far.
Yeah, you'll be quiet for the rest of the show then.
I mean, when I'm forced to, I will communicate. Yeah, that's true.
I just hope it's all with flags.
Just out of curiosity, Tim,
I know
what instrument do you play?
I am the bass player.
That's okay.
That explains things.
Yeah. So
Chad, how about you?
Guitar.
So
it's like
so you're never
the
going to
singer
shut up
without the ego. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
It's like a bass, but like higher up and
it's
not
two
as
more
sexy.
strings. It's a lot of like frontal lobe.
One more in my
activity
case, but yeah.
I'm not very good at math. But who is not here, unfortunately, is our lead singer, John, who's a great guy. Slacker, I know. And Dan, our drummer, who's also a really good guy. But
and not allowed.
I believe it's his birthday today.
Oh,
happy birthday, Dan. Well, in the future, I suppose. Happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday in the future.
Yeah, he'll be a week older by the time he hears this.
Happy after birthday.
We'll get him a cane. Old ass bastard.
You're also here promoting a show, isn't that right? What is going on?
Yeah, we're real lucky to be organizing a Joe Strummer Foundation benefit concert at the Black Cat.
Very cool.
Joe Strummer, as you guys know, is co-founder of The Clash, passed away in 2002.
Right.
And his family started a foundation to help get instruments to musicians kind of across the world who might not have the financial means to get them. So send up music programs, music teachers, instruments like everywhere. Like it's
so in like third world countries and stuff. If they wouldn't be able to get hold of an instrument, they just drop a guitar in somebody's hands.
They would.
Nice.
It's like a plane flies over and just it's a guitar. Half
the
a drum
gods must
set.
be crazy.
No food, but we have musical instruments.
The sound is terrible. As they just drop drums from a plane.
Clang, gong, bass drum.
Cymbals are deadly.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
deadly. They'll freaking
We should
decapitate
use
you.
parachutes. Nah, that's not what Joe
That's
Strummer
another
would want.
foundation.
Dude, the crash cymbal chopped Wasim in half, but it's real shiny. It sounds great.
We're
in
solving
his honor-
lots of problems here.
In his honor, it's all crash cymbals. So that's very cool. And that's happening Thursday, May 25th at the Black Cat down Washington, D.C.
Yep.
And is it just you guys or anybody else playing?
No, we got two other bands. Classified Frequency.
Okay.
Awesome group.
Yeah.
We played a show with a bunch of bands at last year's Celebrate Fairfax concert, and they were on right before us, and it was like one of those bands you hear and you're like, oh crap, I don't want to go on after that. Like they're that good.
Yeah,
and,
they were.
There's a lot of great talent in this area. A lot of people undersell it. Yeah.
And the other guy is Derek Every, who's just an awesome musician, and
Love Derek, yeah.
we're big fans of him, and glad that he could be part of it too.
I've known Derek since he was like 13.
Is that right?
Yeah, he used to come and play at Ziggs, which is no longer around.
Okay.
And he'd do like
remember
open
Ziggs.
mics and stuff. Yeah. And he was like super young and a really talented guy.
And I was probably like 6 when he was 13.
Yeah, that's quite possible. If people want to find out more about this show and about you, where can they get in touch with you guys?
My standard shtick is MySpace, but the best course of action outside of some other websites we won't manage is Facebook. We're at Stonedriver Band on Facebook, and we have an event set up that links to the Black Cat webpage and the Ticketfly stuff for the.
At Stonedriver Band or / Stonedriver Band. I guess,
Facebook.com/Stonedriver Band.
Yeah.
You can probably just search Stonedriver on there. And
Absolutely.
There's a lot of interesting things that come up. I'm going to warn you.
And I believe
Stoned Driver would be
Stone River. Yeah,
Stone
that's,
River.
That's a good one.
and I believe we also have that event up on our
yeah, we
Facebook
definitely
as well.
posted that.
Oh, thank you.
So
Very good.
so check that out. Speaking of stoned drivers, we have combed the web for you this fine evening to find as many different things as we could that deal with stoned drivers and other various things. This is a section we like to call the weather report.
So we'll run some news that happened this past week past you, and you can decide whether or not it should have been news, because some of this stuff is just dumb.
Some of it's pretty amazing. So kick it off for me.
So the first one, I titled it Awesome Possum. It's this viral video of we have a kind of an ongoing shtick of animals on the loose. And this possum wasn't on the loose at all. He got on the metro, rode it for like 6 stops, and then hopped off in England, in Australia, which is almost England. But I'm thinking that animal control probably caught him because the motherfucker jumped the turnstile.
That's big news. That's big news. I've got a rat story very similar, but I like the possum story.
But yeah, everybody's wondering if he paid. He didn't pay.
No?
He didn't pay.
Bastard.
Nope. Son of a bitch. But
Yeah.
I thought that was just like a cute little,
What do you say, Chad?
literal fluff piece.
I hear news from Tim. Do you feel like it's also news?
It doesn't involve people, which usually is a big downer. So I'm going to say that's news, and it's fit to print in my book.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, you would have had him in the all shark week that you had.
Oh, yeah. You had like 4 shark stories in one hit.
All right, so this one I think is absolutely news. Happening in Virginia, which is where we are right now. Waynesboro, Virginia. The police department has gotten 7 different complaints about somebody who is just attacking the neighborhood and shaving people's pussies unwantedly. They don't want it to happen, but this person, we don't know if it's a male or a female, is forcing the shaving upon these poor pussies, and it's an epidemic. So these poor cats are very, very cold now. And what?
Okay.
What is that? That wasn't clear?
I was like, is this like the butt stabber that went through a couple years ago?
No.
Yeah, we were just going with that one for a while.
Since December, at least 7 cats have been taken and shaved,
Those poor pussies.
but all of them have been returned, otherwise unharmed. So
Some
that's
guy
a little
really
weird.
doesn't like cats.
It's basically, and it's the funny thing is they're not even doing the whole cat. They're just like shaving bellies or legs. Like, so it's just like, it's like when you have a bachelor party and you just shave one leg of the guy. They're doing that to cats.
like one eyebrow.
Yeah.
Little landing strip or something on there.
Exactly. So, they said the police are not sure what crime is being committed, but the pet owners said, and I quote, "We would just like it to stop."
So my sister, she has a pretty fluffy cat.
Yeah.
And his fur would get dreaded. And she got tired of cutting it off. So she shaved parts of the cat.
Yeah.
Like to like a number 2 buzz. So she left the mane, the ends of his paws, and the tip of his tail.
It's like a lion.
Yeah. Her husband came home, and I don't think I've ever witnessed like a situation that almost became a murder. Like I was genuinely scared for all of our lives. He was so angry.
Up on the
cat's
internet,
walking around like whatever.
Up on the internet, I saw a picture of a cat that was shaved entirely, but its face. It just looks bizarre.
Stuff like that.
So, guys, is it news or not news?
So it's not news. I'll tell you, because I've done 16 already, and it's inaccurate. The 7 number is bullshit.
So
you'll never catch me. Never catch me.
Undiscovered cats.
Yeah, it's fake news, man. Fake news.
Yeah, it's a hoax, I think.
It's a hoax. It's just people shaving their own cat and blaming it on someone.
Well, I got a pretty good one. Speaking of shaving pussies, this woman was bathing with a new body wash, and I quote, and then, oh dear, my God, my vagina was ablaze.
What?
So it's filled with she's a blogger, so she can put stuff as eccentrically as possible. So
sure,
it's filled with language like, for a moment I wasn't entirely sure what had happened. Had I repeated the never to be forgotten error when I managed to apply hair removal cream, which was strictly not for the front bottoms to my front bottom? Had a stray spark inadvertently set light to my pubic thatch?
Yeah.
And the crowning jewel is, I frantically scrubbed my flaps, which by now felt as though they were being ceremoniously scrubbed by ants wearing ice skates laced with chili sauce. The name of the body wash is 7,929 tingling leaves. Claimed the front of the bottle. Tingling? Tingling? This wasn't tingling my minge. It was starting a fucking brush fire down there.
What was the active ingredient? Like magnesium?
Ants. It was ants.
It was Cosby.
Yeah. That's horrifying.
I'm just proud of the sort of things that people write these days.
That is, yeah. Don't apply anything tingly to any bits that you don't ever want to have tingle.
It's a minge.
Yeah.
To your minge.
No.
Or your flaps.
No.
Or your pubic thatch.
Yes. Do not do that.
She also refers to it as an axe wound at one point.
Oh, why? I like that.
So good.
You're making it worse. Oh, my goodness. Well, gentlemen.
So what do you think?
We know that it is absolutely a life lesson, but is it news?
I'm saying no.
No.
I'm going no on that one.
Was this a lesson you learned early in life already, or?
I never use hair remover anywhere.
Just a little tiger balm?
And you never on your vagina?
No, especially not there.
If you're trying to get off of like caffeine and you need to wake up in the morning, may I suggest a little Vicks Vaporub, because you will not sleep. Yeah, there's no way. You won't nod off at the wheel or anything.
Seems a little extreme, but
it's funny because that's the Hispanic cure to everything. Like, you got a cold, put a little Vicks on your chest, under your nose. You got a headache, put a Vicks on your nose. You broke a bone, just rub some Vicks on it.
Chris Rock with the tussin.
Right. You run out of tussin, pour some water in the bottle, swish it around, mo tussin.
How about you, Chad? What do you say?
I am just flabbergasted by that one. I don't even have a response other than Darwinism in action. And this might be the most creative marketing campaign I have ever heard for a feminine product. So,
you think there's other women who are going to be like, I am kind of masochistic. That sounds lovely.
I want to put that on my minge.
Yeah. Product name Safe Word.
All right. So I have what I found is one of the hardest sentences to, I think, ever actually say. So here's what has happened is there was a religious sect, which is also a word on its own that sounds on its own not so bad. But
I like it when there's more than one.
Yeah. When you put it along with the word polygamous sects, yeah, it makes it harder. Anyhow, there's a man named Warren Jeffs who ran he was convicted as a pedophile and polygamous, who ran a religious sect. He was a leader of it. Now that he's in jail, his mansion is now for sale. One of his ex-wives wants to buy this actual house and make it a tourist attraction. So people can come and see what it was like, and people who left the church can come and visit.
Oh, joy.
Which seems like it would be just the most awkward episode of MTV Cribs ever.
Right. And this is where he was arrested.
All right, it'd be like, yeah, so that's the kitchen upstairs. Here's where the magic happens. Here's where the magic happens. Here's where the magic happens.
Right.
Here's where the magic happens.
We have
41 bedrooms.
We have a separate door for another 19 bedrooms.
Yes. That is, that's a long ass tour.
I made the mistake of watching Sister Wives once.
Uh-huh.
That was weird. This must be awful.
Right. I mean, I'm jealous of the man. I don't know.
And
what to say.
parking must be hard. Well, I guess probably none of them ever left the house, right?
Right. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, you need a really big garage. But yeah, I was gonna say I was jealous of the man, but then the whole like pedophile thing makes me not jealous of him at all. That makes him just a horrible person.
He's probably not going to live very long in jail.
Yeah, if you're going to have more than one wife, that's your business. As long as like they're okay with it. As soon as you cross over, you're dead to me. Like just, yeah.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Is it news, gentlemen? That's the question.
So I think there might be a broader story here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a moral decay with the houses we're able to visit. I mean, we started with Graceland.
Yeah.
You know, that was okay. You know, yeah, Elvis got a little wonky towards the end, but
sure.
He was there.
Right.
Michael Jackson.
Then we moved to, the Neverland Ranch. So now we got Michael Jackson. We got all sorts of...
Can you visit that? I didn't even know that. Can you get a ticket to Neverland?
They have they have like one of those height
you're 8
things
years
that you can only go in if
younger.
you're below the height line for the ride.
Oh, man, I should have gone last week.
Right.
And then now we come to this, and I don't know how much lower we can go from this, man.
I believe you can visit the Trump Tower.
Nope.
There you go.
Nope.
We've gone lower.
There we go.
This is my tall glass of never going to happen. I'm going to drink it down real hard.
So I say no personally, just because I think it's
Not news.
Not news.
Oh,
Don't give it the attention.
I'm in agreement with that one. Yeah,
I understand.
We're just sliding down the slope there.
That is what slippery slope is meant to have happen.
Literally, perhaps.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Well, this is my personal favorite of the week. President Cheeto fired the head of the FBI, who was leading the investigation of his ties to Russia during the election.
Yeah.
And Spicer, his press secretary, who has the hardest job in the whole goddamn world,
And is not good at it.
How could you be good at that job? To his credit, how could you be good at that job?
You just stand up there and you go, could you tell us a little bit about the Russian connections?
Nope. Can't do that.
Did you guys get coffee? Did you get coffee? Okay.
Well, in
we're
this
good.
case, instead of deflecting questions, he straight up hid in the bushes. They're interviewing, the whole like press corps is there, and he's hiding in the bushes in the back. They've corrected this since he didn't. I wasn't hiding in the bushes. I was just among the bushes. But it says after Spicer spent several minutes hidden in the bushes behind these sets, Janet Montesi, an executive assistant in the press office, emerged and told reporters that Spicer would answer some questions as long as he was not filmed. Only then did he emerge. Just turn the lights off. Turn the lights off, he ordered. We'll take care of this. Can you just turn the lights, turn that camera off, everything. So he had the entire press corps gathered around for like 10 minutes talking about, they're asking questions and he's trying to deflect shit and they keep asking the same question. He's getting visibly frustrated and he just like does that Homer Simpson animation where he just disappears into the bush. It's like he's given up at this point.
Like,
I'm done. I'm done. Just gonna hide.
Quick question: why are you hiding in that bush? And he'd be like, I'm not hiding in a bush. They'd be like, you're literally hiding in a bush. And he'd be like, this is a ficus. It's a type of tree.
Tom Cruise, not in the closet.
Yeah.
South Park.
So what do you guys think? News? Not news?
That's total news. Yeah, I mean, if the guy is out there hiding in the bushes, what
I would change the headline to "Press Secretary gives up." That's what I would call it.
I'd be way more impressed if he was doing that thing that like ninjas do when they try to hide in a room, where they just like spread their arms and legs to the like the walls and they're pressed against the ceiling.
Oh, right, between like the bracers.
I think he needs to have like camo or something next time.
Next time he needs to paint himself like one little piece of bush there and just like stand perfectly still.
I just feel
I was
like,
there the whole time.
why isn't Sean Spicer here? Oh, look up. What is he doing up there?
Maybe they should
Too
have
late for questions. Gotta go.
the Bush give the actual speech.
Yeah, right.
So
It would probably do a better job.
well, I was going to say I think there's two solutions to this one. I believe it's news.
Yeah.
One, we can correct this by using the vaginal fire fluid and apply that to the bushes in the back, so there's no longer a place to hide.
Right.
The other option could be maybe it's not bushes, it was the literal bushes, like GW kind of et cetera, hiding back there. And there's like some deeper politics going
There
on.
could be.
Could be a
know,
connection.
He was hanging
It
out
could
with
go very
G
different
Dubs.
ways.
Could be Jeb or something.
I'm the decider. And so, last but not least, I have one that I feel is going to win the night. You said this was your favorite. This is my favorite. You've heard of the Molotov cocktail, correct?
Yeah.
Actually. So the people protesting in Venezuela don't feel that is quite effective enough. In fact, apparently Molotov cocktails are often seen in street protests, so they're not getting nearly the attention that they used to.
Fire.
So they have introduced a new tactic, which has been dubbed the poo-poo-tov. As you might be able to guess, there's not gasoline or oil put into the thrown
Blended
projectile.
bits of Putin.
No. It's let's put it this way. They have renamed the march that they're going on for the protest the Shit March. That's Wednesday. Yeah, the Shit March is happening. Their slogan is, "They have gas, we have excrement." There was actually a quote from a dentist who said, asked not to be identified, who said, "One of my patients is collecting excrement from her child," which is like a nuclear option, just for the record.
Seriously, that's all right. Now, this is already escalation.
You're like, whoa, baby poop. That's not even the right color. What are you doing? Jeez, you really hate people.
Are you shitting me right now?
Yes, all over you.
That was below the belt.
Yeah. All right, so last news story of the week. Is it news or not?
No, I'm not going.
It's a new weapon.
A shit cocktail? Come on.
Nah, that's not news.
Monkeys have been doing it
Monkeys
for
been
years.
flinging
Not
shit-
story.
shit, yeah.
Not
No,
a story.
yeah.
But they don't have the martini glasses. I assume
You
that's
ever
what
seen what
they're
happens at a zoo after hours? I mean,
Just a little bit more cultured, I think.
gonna- I figure they do that because it's hard to get in the bottle. You have to really mush it in there, right?
Well, if you swallow the olive whole, it comes out
That
whole.
would
So
be
it works
news.
with a
If you
martini.
could shit in a bottle, that would be news.
Right, that would be, if that's how they're loading them up, that's impressive and probably not sanitary.
No.
So that is all we have
my.
this week for the weather report. I think you may have won this. Yeah.
I'm pulling out on top.
Nicely done. Absolutely, Victor. So back to what's really important in the world, and that is Stonedriver.
Dun, dun, dun.
Again, in studio with us, we happen to have two members of Stonedriver. We have Tim, you play bass for Stonedriver,
That's right.
and we have Chad, who plays guitar for Stonedriver, or
thank you.
or what we call piccolo bass.
Piccolo bass. Yes.
And so everybody remembers where you got a show Thursday, May 25th. At the Black Cat in Washington, D.C., and that is to benefit the Joe Strummer Foundation, who murder people by throwing cymbals out of airplanes.
It's
It
better than
doesn't
shit
always
cocktails.
happen.
No.
I mean, sometimes they get the grid coordinates wrong. You know, there's an errant like camel that gets hit with a cymbal,
Right.
but you know they can't all be wins.
Right? You have to really aim because they can float on you. And
Just aim for a really populated area. You're going to get somebody.
well, really populated areas already have drum sets. We need to like go out into
Fair.
the deserts, Antarctica, just try and see if we can nail a few penguins. Like that's what we need to be doing.
That could work.
So you brought to us a song that we're going to be sharing. If people want to hear this song in its entirety, you can fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this particular podcast and listen to the entire track. But we wanted to just share a piece of it now. The song's called Send Me. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
So it's a pretty straight up rocker. I'm trying to think when we wrote it together, it just has kind of like a twangy guitar riff. Tim is doing some fun stuff on bass. John did some good lyrics with it, talking about some of his time back in the military, and it's just one of a fun one to play.
And what album is this from?
Rocks, our second one.
You were saying, Tim?
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, it's got a rockabilly kind of feel to it.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
great, it's a great upbeat tune. People really love it when we play it.
All right, let's take a listen to it. This is a song from Stonedriver called "Send Me."
Song gets you wiggling.
Yeah, it does. There's a lot of bounce to it. I like this. Now, every band obviously has songs that differ from track to track and things, but is this kind of the mainstream, the theme that kind of goes through a lot of your music, or is this one of the ones that is like the exception to the rule? Would you say?
We're kind of funny, I think, in that we have a lot of difference with our songs.
Sure.
I think some of them, we have, I think a lot of Hendrix influences on some of them.
Sure.
I think some other ones are much heavier. Conspiracy of the Mindless, certainly Cage. So that one is a little out there, I think, from what we do, but
kind of a driving rock. Like,
yeah,
it's about kind of energy. It's about bringing that the stage show. I know we had Victor actually introduce you guys when you played over at Jam and Java just a couple months ago.
Yep, that was a good time.
We played our entire discography in
chronological
chronic order.
Chronic order.
Yes,
that's what I heard.
Shit was out of control.
Yeah,
it was out of control.
I mean, basically, yeah. I mean, I would say our music is fairly high energy for the most part. We don't have a lot of slow, mellow type music, but but as Chad said, we're kind of all over the place in terms of styles. Everything from kind of straight up rock, and all the way to we do reggae and we're kind of psychedelic rock type stuff. So just when you think what we're going to be doing, we change it up.
So if you really like one song, fuck you, because you're not going to hear it again.
You'll like them all.
Just fuck off.
It's just a tease.
Yeah,
just a tip, just for a second, just to see how it feels.
You might as well just leave. That's all you're getting.
Yeah, and we are working on a slower one. I'm writing a love song for Tim. He just doesn't. He's not
It'll
aware
be our
of it
first
yet.
ballad.
We're gonna get a string section in.
Yeah, I think we definitely need some symphonic addition there.
Yeah, get some Backstreet Boy influence in there.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. I gotta work on my dance moves.
No one would expect it.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. If you look at us,
and I think a little breakdance move in there too.
May I
Awesome.
suggest a title? Just a love song called "Here, Hold This Newspaper."
Here, hold this newspaper, please. Put it in the bottle.
Shit bottle. All right.
All right, sounds good. So again, I assume this song is going to be one on the set that you're going to be playing.
Yeah.
And that is on Thursday, May 25th. Benefits the Joe Strummer Foundation. They don't actually kill people with instruments. They actually are a great foundation that give instruments to people who otherwise would not be able to afford them. And that'll
Isn't
be
that
down.
just musicians in general?
Yes.
Yes, all musicians. I don't know how you.
Right.
The lessons come later.
We find
they're
poor
another-
people that don't know they're musicians yet, and
Right, which is rude.
What do I do with this guitar? I don't know how to play
Hey
it.
kid, you want me to ruin your life? What? Here's a guitar. Damn it! I'm gonna be poor forever.
We can't give him the sex and the drugs, but we give him the rock and roll.
He'll get there. He'll get there. Or she.
And that's down at the Black Cat in Washington, D.C. If you want to find out more, head up to Facebook, do a search for Stonedriver or / Stonedriver Band on Facebook. And again, if you want to hear more of that song, Send Me, just fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show, and you can listen to the entire track. So moving on, now that you have told us on Thursday you will be making history
Dun dun dun.
at the Black Cat, we are going to tell you a little bit about what has happened in the past in this week in history.
Well, we'd like to go in chronological order. So the earliest we found was in 1864. Thank you. J.E.B. Stewart died.
What?
Yes, around this date.
Oh, if I only knew who he was. I'd be so
He
sad.
is, we all know who Robert E. Lee was.
Yeah.
J.E.B. Stewart was like his main commander.
Could have been that main, since nobody knows who he is.
Well, he died.
Well, that's true.
I mean, at least Lee is still around. But Jeb Stewart was wounded by a Union soldier just north of Richmond. He died the next day, and that really started the decline of the South's push through Virginia, since the capital of the Confederate States and the capital of the Union were only 80 miles apart. There was so many battles in Virginia, and that was really when Lee, his forces really took a hit there, and they started to really fucking lose the war.
Yeah.
Yay!
But now they're rising up again.
No,
Yep.
they're not.
They're standing around statues.
They're not.
They've got torches.
They're not.
I saw a guy.
Put it away.
I saw a picture of a guy with a shirt that said, "I'd like to see you try and take my flag." And it has the Dixie cross, right? And I said, that happened once. It didn't go well for you.
Yeah.
Like
They're real proud of this flag that represents a major loss.
Right. We're losers. That's right. Our heritage.
Right.
And you're like, okay, I mean, if you really want that. That's
Well,
yeah.
Speaking of heritage,
yes.
4 years later, wait, 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 years later,
Yes.
in 1869, they
Perfect.
finished the Transcontinental Railroad.
Ah.
They drove the last spike into Promontory Point, firmly securing the whole Manifest Destiny thing, where like, I'm laying my dick from the Atlantic to the Pacific. All of this is mine. We finally completed the line, and no more dying of dysentery on
Right.
the way to Oregon.
They finally they were like, all of this is ours, and the Native Americans were like, we just real quick.
You shut your mouth.
Oh, sorry.
We
Okay.
made homes for you. Go over there.
Go over there
Go
with-
over there. Walk. Walk.
We made a conservation for you.
Take some blankets.
And then the Chinese who made it were like, I mean, we did it, and they were like, shut up, you shut up too. Why is everybody talking? You're taking focus away from
Get outta
what's
here.
important, and that is that us white people own all of this.
Right. You didn't have to ford rivers anymore.
Yeah.
You don't have to lose half your family and then start the game over again
Yeah.
when you die of dysentery or some quote, quote, Indians kill you or you're hunting and the buffalo runs. God, that game was hard, man.
Yeah, you always take the ferry. Yeah, always take the ferry.
Didn't have any money.
That one went through Rock Ridge, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you die super hard every time you do. You die super hard.
super hard. Well, if we fast forward, just a bunch of years. I don't even know. It is 1936. And
That's
it's
like 9 years.
Yeah, it's a little more than that. A Chinese woman delivers 10 babies. This ties the record for the highest numbers of reported births in a single birth, like a number of children, which I think is officially a litter. I don't know at that point. When you get to 10, right? That's no longer... Are those puppies? That's what you have to like check.
Might
So
be
what was
why
she
the
like-
Chinese like reverse course on this one.
Right. They're like, whoa, everyone slow down. What is going on?
What, did they just line up like a bunch of mothers and she gave her like a catcher's mitt? Like, ready, go.
She's an automatic Nerf gun.
We're 11, but she dropped one.
Yeah, close enough.
Early experimentation with fertility drugs.
There we go.
How big could they even possibly be? 10 of them. They have to be all like pea-sized.
Wait, okay, so it wasn't that she was the nurse who delivered them. She birthed 10 children.
Yeah, no, she's tying the record for highest number reported for a single birth. 10
That-
babies out of a single birth.
I think that is decaduplets.
Decatuplets.
Tuplets. Decatuplets.
Decatuplets.
Duodecahedron. I don't know. God damn.
Decatuplets.
Decade too many.
Yeah.
That's like 9.5 kids too many.
So yeah, exactly. And as those kids turned 4 years old, the first nylon stocking went on sale.
Yay!
Yeah. They were stronger and cheaper than silk stockings. They were an instant hit. And then guys everywhere got boners because they're awesome.
They didn't have boners before?
No, not a single boner existed before 1940. And that's why then we had the sexual revolution in the 60s because everyone was like, holy shit! It took
But where
20
those
years.
10 kids come from?
Yeah, I was going to say, where
They threw it in there.
Divine intervention.
Yeah,
Like,
we
had Mary out there. Like,
Yeah. And so it took 20 years for guys to figure out what to do with those boners. And then sexual revolution happened. They were like, we can put these boners in things. And then
Put it in that minge.
oh, it's on fire.
My friend once lost a bet to put Icy Hot on his balls. He said he hasn't taken dares ever since.
Yeah, no, you never
He's
take
just
a dare.
screaming, just screaming.
how do you think that was going to work out?
All right, like some mild tingle. No, he was just like, oh God, oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm dying.
No,
My
you-
minge.
You can judge how close your friendship is with people and how good that friendship is by the number of times they dare you to do something. Because if the more it is, the more you should be out of that relationship. It's just there's no good. You don't win. You just I did a horrible thing and I didn't die. High fives all around. Like it's one thing if it's like I'll give you $400. Like oh well that's money. Yeah we'll do that. But yeah just the dare. There's no reason.
famous last words. Hey,
Yeah.
watch this.
Oh, and that's and then 2 weeks later your dick drops off.
Yes.
So I wrote one up there that I think we did already.
Yeah,
So-
I think we did this one last week.
So I don't-
Speaking of Joe Strummer, another Joe who doesn't have a foundation is a huge dickwad. Joe McCarthy died last week. We mentioned that. So
Right.
but Joe Strummer has a foundation. He's way cooler. So we'll just focus on
Nice
He must have been
tie-in.
about, what, 110?
that. Yeah, exactly.
Well, in 1981, Bob Marley unfortunately dies.
Oh God, why'd you have to bring that up? It's too soon.
This is proof that soccer is the deadliest sport on earth
Yeah, why is that?
because it killed a guy.
What?
He killed a guy.
No.
Everybody thinks Bob Marley died of cancer.
Yeah.
No, he died of soccer.
He died of soccer.
He had a wound on his foot,
yeah.
an old soccer injury
Uh-huh.
that grew a tumor. It became cancerous.
Right.
And then that metastasized to his brain.
Oh my God.
And then he died. So
Do
that's
you-
what killed him. So soccer killed him.
Do you think he wouldn't have died if he called it football like he did?
He was... Keith, you're a deplorable human being.
I'm just saying.
You're going to die one day.
Because you're calling it soccer, and that's not what he died from.
Whatever. Okay? He's super dead, and it's football's fault.
Football.
Football. But it was cool. A cool guy. He played a show like 3 days before he died.
Yeah.
He was out there rocking, I think it was Madison Square Garden. And he wasn't even the leading act. He went up there, played, and the headliner was like such a disappointment to everyone after Marley was up there.
Oh,
And
Might have
then
been on some medicinal herb or something.
yeah.
3 days later, he was
Glaucoma.
gone. So.
Here's what we know medicinal herb doesn't cure, and that is metastasized cancer to your brain. Because, yeah, that didn't work out so
It was
well.
the Commodores. The Commodores were a sore disappointment.
Really? Wow. 'Cause they were
After
pretty
Marley.
good. Yeah. Wow. I didn't
He was
realize
just that good.
Yeah, he really was. So speaking of feet, so I was going to say Killers, but it was Thriller. It was Thriller. Michael Jackson in 1983 was the first time his signature move, the moonwalk, was broadcast on television. At that point, the world changed. Just for the record, at the end of this, we're going to ask you what the most historically important thing is. This is totally it. It's the moonwalk, because you've done the moonwalk. Everyone's done the moonwalk, and it doesn't look anything like the guys who actually walked on the moon who were before him. 'Cause
Right.
the actual
Nice.
moonwalk's a little
Great name.
clumsy and weird, but
Only unless you're playing golf.
you're bouncing like so yeah, I think that probably does it, but I've got a couple other contenders just in case you're not sure. In 1989, fantastic quote, by the way. This is something from Dan Quayle. You remember Dan Quayle?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was like
Potato.
yeah.
He was like a vice president or something.
He was like what George W. Bush would be like as a vice president. And so what?
Oh, man.
What?
It all depends on what is it? The question is our children learning?
Right.
Come on.
Right. When we were like, potato with an E wasn't so bad.
Makes me miss Clinton. It all depends on what the meaning of the word is.
You just use
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me again, never get fooled again.
What are you, the Who? Jesus Christ. Stop it. So as the vice president of the United States, apparently the Bush Sr., who was the president at that time, asked him, and I quote, "I know you've had some rough times, and I want to do something that will show the nation what faith I have in you, in your maturity and sense of responsibility. Would you like a puppy?" That is a quote.
What?
That is a quote from Bush Sr. to Dan Quayle.
Oh, my.
You want a puppy? I'm going to show the world that I believe in your responsibility and maturity.
You did your homework, so we're going to get you a dog. That's what just happened.
You get a puppy. Oh, I love puppies.
You've done all your chores this week.
Yeah.
I think you've finally shown that you've earned yourself a puppy.
I'm assuming that quote was him saying, somebody had asked, what was the highlight of your
presidency?
Yeah, your vice presidency. And he's like, oh, I know. Number 1 on the list. He offered me a puppy.
Did he take the puppy?
I don't know. I have no idea. There's no record of the Dan Quayle puppy. But somebody should write to us at contact@anotherwastedhour.com. Let us know if Dan Quayle got an actual puppy.
I hope we get a message from Dan Quayle.
Last but not least, 1992, while on a walk across America to prove that people are basically good, Fred Turner is robbed and pushed off of a bridge.
Walk across America is like it's supposed to be.
He's like, if I just
like
walk
a peace
across,
walk?
Yeah, he was like, I'm just
People
gonna
are
walk,
innately good. Walk.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk across America, and it's perfectly fine. You have nothing to worry about because people are generally good, and I don't need to be worried just being alone walking across the United States. I assume this happened in Philly because all shitty things happen in Philly.
It was that guy who got tired of the one suicide jumper and just pushed him off.
Yeah, right.
That's what happened.
So yeah, Turner said he flipped over a 3-foot railing, plunging 80 feet into the Savannah River, and lost consciousness, along with some precious belongings such as $480, his right shoe, his hat, and his walking stick. Yep, that is true.
His walking stick is listed among his precious things.
It's a very nice walking stick, for the record.
And then to add insult to injury, a drum fell out of the sky and hit him on the head from the Strummer Foundation.
Right. He was hit by a crash cymbal.
Oh, man.
He said he would try again someday, and actually, after taking a little time off, he actually ended up doing it and made it across the country to California.
Yeah, but from then on, he took the ferry.
But he had a gun.
Oh, he had a gun.
Don't you goddamn know I will shoot you! I will fucking shoot you!
Yeah, after that, he forded the river or something. I don't know. He just did not.
It's Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Your walking stick looks like an AK. Yes. It is a walking AK. It's a new thing.
Can't call a cab home. Can't Forrest Gump your way home there.
All right, so gentlemen, it is with great dignity and respect I ask you to take all of these things into consideration when you decide officially what the most historically important thing that happened this week in history is for each of you.
I'd say Fred Turner.
Fred Turner.
I got to tell you, here, and it's cliche to say, but as you get knocked down, you get back up, maybe a little bit smarter.
Yeah.
You know, maybe packing heat.
There you go.
And get back at it. And
it's a metaphor.
Yeah.
He is
one
a
of those
metaphor.
things.
Woo!
I got to go with the Prince of Pop. The Monologue. Yeah. I mean, that did it for me. When I saw that, I just thought, how can this happen? You can't go anywhere from that.
Oh, come on. You're not going to go with Bob Marley?
Bob, that's a tough choice. I respect Bob, but Michael was the Prince.
It's just who's the next Bob Marley? Because you have if you look at Bruno Mars and you look at Justin Timberlake, those are kind of like the predecessors, or not predecessors, but the successors to Michael Jackson, right? The pop, the dance, the showmanship. Who's the Bob Marley of this generation? Who's the person that has
me,
that?
baby.
You?
Me.
Do you guys have an idea of who that would be? I don't even know. We need a Bob Marley.
We really do.
Somebody kind of politically
Ziggy is
active.
kicking
Willie
around
Nelson
there.
is still around,
Ziggy's
but he
around.
was, yeah.
But do we have anyone? that has that type of clout, right? That where people are like, you have to go see this. There's something amazing happening.
Right.
And I don't know that there is. We need that though. We need that. So as you're listening to this podcast, please start that particular group and then let us know who you are and come on and share your amazing music.
Right.
So that we can change the world together.
Yay!
In the meantime, we're going to get to know about a band that isn't changing the world at all, Stonedriver.
Did you guys ever play Crossfire?
Very small part of the world.
That old game, Crossfire?
No, what's the...
It was a dumb game, but the commercial stuck with me, and I just, instead of Crossfire, I'm hearing Stonedriver. So you remember the commercial? Stonedriver! You
was like
get caught up in the Stonedriver!
They were like spinners, and then you shot ball bearings at the spinners, right? Is that
Right,
the
you had
one?
to shoot them in your opponent's whatever. It was like the dumbest game, but I don't know. That commercial
It's all about ball
from
bearings.
I don't know if I
90s
like that
popped into my
metaphor.
head.
No, you know?
We're all about ball bearings.
Yeah. So maybe I'll do a different intro. I'll go, while Bob Marley changed the world, from time to time, this band in the studio today, Stonedriver, changes their pants. Is that
That's
close?
not actually
Or
like accurate
diapers.
either. I mean, it's I wouldn't say
true.
daily. I'd say probably like on a weekly basis, maybe 2
As
weeks for
needed.
the drummer.
You guys should look into those pants. They're only about $500. They're already dirty. So they look dirty forever.
Yeah. And
I
then
think we missed our true business calling.
Yeah,
right?
and then you
you
can
go.
wash them and they stay dirty if you do it right, which is really weird.
So speaking of dirty pants
Yes.
and all of the sort of sensations that they cause in all of us,
All of them.
particularly the smell they give off.
Yes.
It's time to play a game we call the Five Senses.
This is the music for the five senses. We don't have an intro for this.
Well, we
so-
were working on it.
Yeah,
We've been
that
working.
works.
Music.
Keith's
We can
got
work
it.
on some theme music for you.
Yeah,
if
that'd
you
be
want.
great. Just the five senses theme music. That would be amazing because right now it's just nothing. We don't have anything. So we'll go straight into it with the most dominant of senses. We almost always start off with this. The sense of sight. Can you guys give us something in your travels, rehearsals in studio, doing shows, something that was so horrible or so amazing or so memorable that stuck you through that you saw?
I'll tell you, it's all of the above. To the introduction,
Great.
you said there was the horror,
Yes.
there was the impressiveness,
Yeah.
and there was just the
Awe. There's just awe.
you couldn't even put it into words.
Yeah.
So we were playing a show at Chapala's Blue Beetle Bar, and it was the oddest like mix of bands I've seen. We had ourselves. There's another band called Electric Grandmother,
Comedy core.
and
Hold the
name.
phone. What?
so
Wait, you're missing the
all
high
right,
point.
You just
check
go over
and
time.
explain that.
So Electric Grandmother, it's a husband and wife duo, and they do sitcom core. That is their brand of music. And
I don't
basically what it consists
know
of is they take their bed sheet and they put it up on the stage,
Okay.
and they have a projector that
Yeah.
plays scenes of like 1950s, 1960s sitcoms.
Okay, yeah.
And they scream really loud, like kind of like punk music over top of it while they're playing.
I don't know who I am anymore.
The problem is that like the bed sheet, I swear to God, if you put a black light up there, it looks like a Jackson Pollock met like freaking, Las Vegas Strip. It was
Ever since the 40s when we found boners.
You're right. But that's not even it.
Yeah.
So what really stuck to us about this one was there was another artist,
Oh, man.
There's this artist who I'm not going to name, but literally you knew they were there because he had a no joke 2.5 foot tall rainbow mohawk.
Nice.
The thing was, it was like I remember being on stage and it was like this just glowing shark fin that just like came over the crowd into the room where you knew exactly where this person was.
Was it natural?
I don't think
don't
it
know about
was
that.
natural.
No.
There are all sorts of different products that you
never
probably
know.
didn't want
Like,
to.
do you mean like, is it real hair that's been colored? Because obviously it doesn't grow.
I mean, like, does it grow? It's in rainbow.
No,
and
it doesn't
does
grow
stick
as
up
a-
on its. Okay,
Just don't be an idiot.
It's a-
Stop being an idiot.
jerk.
No, we needed to know if it's real hair or not.
And
That's
also
what
on
we
that
needed to
same
know.
bill, there was a duo that did rap music dressed in silver spacesuits.
Nerdcore.
Nice.
This
Nerdcore.
is the
Nerdcore,
most
yes.
ridiculous show I've
We
ever
were the only,
heard of.
we were the
And
only
what's worse is we're
normal
like,
band.
wait a second, are they saying this about us too?
Yeah, I would have stripped down to my underwear just to fit in there.
Yeah, maybe we do.
Yeah,
Something
I
to-
think there was a commentary there.
Yeah. That's crazy. How tall would you say it was if you had to estimate?
So it was easily 2.5 feet tall.
Wow.
And it was a full-blown mohawk. I mean, like you've seen that skier who I don't know the name of, who has the big one.
Yeah, okay.
It was loud and proud, and that thing was...
He would have had to lay down to get that, right? You have to like put that on a...
That guy can't, he can't ride in any vehicle.
No. Well, he has a convertible.
Right, that's it.
And he can't
but if he
turn it.
turns his head, he turns his head, the car turns.
Yeah, he gets like a serious like whiplash case with it too.
Oh, that's amazing.
But it can't. It doesn't fit in a car. Motorcycle, you have to wear a helmet. Maybe it's like half a helmet, and he just like glues 2 halves. I don't know. I got the middle out of it.
Right.
You could create like a whole business making customized like hat wear and vehicles
For
this
that
individual.
guy.
Yeah.
Just that guy. So moving on, let's go through the what can often be the very intimidating sense of smell. A lot of stories have come through the sense of smell. Do you guys have something that you've smelled while out making music?
Oh yeah.
That has stuck with you?
Well, in a previous band, we had a drummer who was a good drummer. She was a great drummer. And we were playing a local venue here, Fairfax, and we were supposed to go on. I think we were supposed to go be the second band. Well, things got kind of messed up, and we ended up being the last band, which is like the third. So our drummer decided to start drinking shots,
as you do,
and in the meantime, right?
Yeah,
and
of course, pass the time.
Despite my advice not to start doing this,
yeah,
she went ahead and did that. Well, we got on stage and we're playing. We got about 45 minutes into the set, and all of a sudden I looked over at her and she was like, "Not looking good."
Right.
Not looking good at all.
Songs are starting to slow down.
The tempo was all over the place. Trust me.
Not super focused.
I have a feeling that was not going to be the only thing that was all over the place.
Well, yeah. The next thing I know, I look over it. It's a projectile. It's going right over top of one of the toms.
At least it didn't hit a cymbal and just spray out that way, right? Because it could have gotten a lot of spread.
It spread enough.
What did you do when that started happening? First of all, did she stop playing when she started puking?
She somehow managed to keep playing.
The show must go on.
I give her props. She tried to keep it going.
John Bonham ain't got nothing on that.
Yeah, I mean there was no explosion or anything like that.
Whatever. She's putting in all that effort. You guys better keep playing.
Right.
But trust me, that was not smelling very good.
No.
I'm a sympathy puker. I'd have just made it worse.
I tried not to look. I looked away.
You just end up doing the Guar thing and just everyone puke on the audience.
There were no people with glad bags on the front.
If
The
you
Gallagher splash zone.
if you had done it at that other show with the people in spacesuits and stuff, you would have been epic because they would have been like, "Whoa, that band is way out there." I had no idea.
Projectile
Mohawk.
vomit core. That's our
You're
new
like,
stick.
wow,
Yeah.
the sitcom person has nothing on them. They're
So that's my smell.
smell
story.
That is. See, I think the best and the worst comes out of the smell.
So a couple years ago, my band played at the Hard Rock Cafe in DC, and that was the first time we ever used it was this plexiglass shield for the drummer. You guys needed one of those.
Yeah.
Like it blocks part of the sound, so it's not overwhelming. It also is remarkable at blocking puke.
Yeah.
Multifunctional.
Incoming objects as well, like the Blues Brothers scene with the chicken wire.
Right, exactly. Perfect.
All right, we're running short on time. How about an easy one for musicians? The sense of hearing. That's what you guys do, right? We're making music. What is something that has been super memorable for you guys?
Arguably.
Yeah.
I would just, for a quick plug, I'd say my lack of hearing that has resulted of 100-watt amplifiers.
Have you measured it?
What?
Have you measured it?
Pardon?
Have you measured it? I'll just keep going. I'm not going to fall for that.
Who's on first?
Go.
Yeah.
Have you? What was the best band that you've ever played with that you've heard? What would that be if you had to pick a band? It won't be a personal thing if you don't pick the one of the other bands. We'll understand that you're on the spot. But is there a band that you've listened to while you were playing that you were just like, damn, I want to be in that band? Like that was the one.
The B-52s.
Yeah, have you seen them live?
Yes, but no.
No, you'd be really good at that, like one of the girls.
Rock Lobster, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's like just the caliber of bands that I've played with. There's not been too many where I'd be like, yeah, I want to be in that band.
Well, fair enough. Next time we'll go through some of the other senses. Hopefully you'll join us again. You guys have a good time?
All right.
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
excellent.
Great time.
Also coming up this week, we've obviously got May 25th, Stonedriver at the Black Cat. May 26th, Surprise Attack in Box Era from last week at Velvet Lounge. May 27th, Flo Anito at the Tacoma Park Porch Festival. Check them all out. Shout out to the AWH Mob. If you want to join it, like us, follow us, retweet us, and share us. And you'll be on the show right here. We'll mention you. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we will mention you. Next week, maybe burn the ballroom. I've heard rumors. If you enjoyed the show, email us at contact@anotherwastedhour. If you hated the show, hide your complaints behind a bush. Thanks to Kevin Eminger, to McNally22, Justin Rogers, Fig Metal Records, Alchemical Records, and the amazing reincarnating engineer Adam for all their contributions. Thank to Victor, and thanks to Stonedriver for wasting a perfectly good hour with us. This has been another wasted hour, and if you just realize that now, don't blame us. We warned you.
Stonedriver, you get caught up in that.